This episode of the Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Carbonite. Coming up, check it out all this week. We're on the show floor at E3.
Totally Rad Show.
Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad Show.
So we've just walked out of the Nintendo press conference. Wow. Big focus on the Wii U, as we knew there would be. We snagged Billy Berghammer,
You
Nintendo
broke my arm.
expert. We literally twisted his arm to get him onto our show.
It's day one.
But then repaired his arm, and he's now on the show.
Thanks for having a sling on hand, too.
I'm very excited to hear your thoughts because I am having a really hard time finding a lot of positive here. I'm excited about Pikmin.
It's a very
Right.
nice way to put it.
Pikmin 3.
Well, I think that's why they let off with it. That's for the hardcore. That's, what everybody's been waiting for, but that's not a surprise. There weren't any surprises, really. I mean, outside of the karaoke game.
And we got a 2D Mario for Wii U.
Right,
looks
which
great.
they showed
Graphically looks great.
last
Yeah,
year.
but here's the thing. Yes, it graphically looks great. It does, but it doesn't look that much better than playing New Mario on the DS.
Right. And they had
And it
that last
doesn't-
year.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have
That was
a
part
lot
of the tech demo suite last year. Same with the
Yes.
Luigi's Mansion thing.
Yeah.
That's a repackaging of the, I forget what they called it last year, but it's the same premise. They just rewrapped it in Luigi's
Yeah.
Mansion, which
Even
I'm fine
Nintendo
with.
Land is a repackaging of the tech demos we saw last year.
Well, exactly, because I mean, they didn't say it's going to be the new pack-in like the new Wii Sports, but
Yeah.
I hope it is because that would be smart. I mean,
Yeah.
they kind of build it as it being that way because they said this is going to teach people how to use the Wii
Yeah,
U hardware
like Wii Tennis was
and
when it's
everything like that.
Sports,
And
yeah.
so it kind of makes sense, but there were no surprises. But I also don't think it was. I mean, they're trying to hit everybody, so they're trying to hit the old people that bought Wii U or Wii last year or Wii, the original Wii. They're trying to hit the hardcore, so they throw in the Pikmin. I mean, they're trying to hit so many different types of people and so many different types of gamers that's kind of why they did that. But they're also they're doing all their video things after.
it's
They're
very
doing
odd. It's like, well, we don't have time for. There's a lot of
They
extra
didn't have
information.
time for anything, so you think that they would just show us the coolest stuff?
And
but
they
I thought
did, and that's the thing.
but
They did
was that
what
the
they
coolest
thought
stuff?
was the
'Cause I
coolest
kinda
stuff
like,
we saw.
None of this is that great.
actually.
So what were you had? It sounds like you didn't. I'm expecting you to be like, you guys were blown away by this, that.
Yeah, right.
No, I mean, I
What
guess
blew
I'm.
you away?
Well,
Ah,
Pikmin 3, obviously.
Pikmin 3 looks
Because
very good.
I'm a fan of those games, but that was pretty much it. I mean, we knew about everything else
Brought
coming
down
into
the
it.
bird. They put the hammer down on the bird.
But I think a lot of people are like, I was watching on Twitter, people are freaking out and very disappointed. Nintendo's going to do things throughout the entire show. Remember when the Wii came out, they showed Smash Brothers that night after the press conference, so they held on to that.
There's two events.
There's two
one
events.
tonight and tomorrow night.
Tonight's dedicated to Wii U,
Yeah.
which I'm hoping it's going to be like the new retro game that everybody's waiting for. And then tomorrow night's all the 3DS stuff. But I do think there's going to be more. So I'm not terrified. I'm not surprised they brought Ubisoft on stage because
No,
they have
they're
8
so-
games.
yeah, they're so-
they're like,
Ubisoft is
thank
on
you,
that
Ubisoft.
coin.
But showing
But Batman? Come on.
spending all that time on Batman was really they only had 2 games and
Yeah.
that kind of surprised me. I was expecting EA to, where's the EA sports games, drawing with Madden plays, I kind of expected that.
Yeah.
I guess I just, they're like, we're going to show 24 games.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought
Batman.
I can remember 3.
Yeah, and there was a
You know what I
sizzle
mean?
reel of a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff.
There's there's a theme with Nintendo that I'm reminded of every year, and they seem to be taking backwards. They regress technology in terms of, when I'm in my car and I need to look up where I'm going, and I'll use my maps of my phone, and I have to look down at my map and I look up at the road. And I
And that's
assume-
dangerous.
And it's dangerous. And
We don't
Nintendo,
recommend.
and I assume that in the future, and maybe not too far in the future, my maps that are on my phone will be projected on my windshield, in some way. And games right now have my menu screens on the television, and it's all right there for me to see. I don't know. I mean, there's something to it being separate, so I don't have to pause and go to menus. On my Wii U, it can just be right there. But I sense that it will be potentially motion sick inducing, but to constantly be going like this, and I don't know that will enhance my gaming experience. That may detract from it. Just like the moving controls is something that you would start out. We play baseball analog style, and then when I'm sitting down to play a video game, I want to have it become easier, not more difficult, where I have to move around.
Well,
so Nintendo keeps on adding complexity as opposed to simplicity. They're packaging
it's difference. I don't know if it's necessarily complexity. It's difference.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering. I sat there thinking to myself, are they in a headspace that I'm just not privy to? Are they in the headspace of the little brother or the little sister who wants their own screen? Just let me play it. No. Right. You know. Are they in that world that I just don't have any kind of feeling towards, but that is maybe a genuine? Are there kids who are like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so great that I'll be able to do my own thing?
Yeah, mom and dad are going to watch CNN right now.
Exactly. And I'll still be able to play my game because there's only one television in the house.
And the fitness thing that like he could continue. I don't know how that translates to my gaming experience.
Well,
really.
you're playing a game on the Wii U,
not for
and
us
Priscilla
anymore.
comes home and goes, I want to watch whatever, and you go, okay, and you continue playing the game and walk away. I mean, that's that
only a
technology.
here's the big
There's
thing I
one
want to
actually
say.
playing
I
that
agree.
little screen.
I totally
Here's the big
agree.
thing I want to say. The thing that I don't understand is they came out with the 3DS and Wii U within the span of, a year from each other, right? If you've got this DS and you've got this home console, the Wii and the DS, and you go, wouldn't it be awesome to have a controller where you have your own screen? Like, why not make the new handheld work
like what
in
they- what
tandem
Sony
with the
did
new
with the
console
Vita.
instead of having its
I
own?
still think that's coming. I mean, Nintendo did. I mean, they did connectivity back in the day with the GameCube and the GBA.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't see that. Maybe we'll see that tonight.
I think that's going to be
think that's
after the
Doesn't make
coming.
any
Wii U.
sense to me.
Well, the thing that I don't
When does
understand.
Nintendo make sense?
Yes.
I've been covering
that
this
is the,
company for 15
Yeah.
years. No matter what you think they're going to do,
They're not going to do
they
that.
always march to the beat of their own drum. And
That's true.
Love them.
And they're successful. I mean, that's the thing is, if they weren't making money, it would make sense. But it's such a the Wii was such a massive success. So the other thing I was going to say that I found really disappointing was I misconstrued when we first saw the Wii U because they always said it the right way, but I kept thinking, no, this is going to be awesome because it's going to do something that they're not saying. And the bottom line is, it does exactly what they say. They were talking about asymmetric gaming. The whole point is, we're not playing the same game, all of us having this great second screen experience. I'm playing some other game that is totally separate to the game that you guys are playing if I have that Wii U device. And that's not what I want. That's not what I want. It to make the game that we're all playing together better for all of us that are doing the exact
But
same
there's
thing.
something cool about having, like, everybody's a ghost and I'm the Pac-Man.
Yeah, that's cool. It's
But-
a great party game. And that's the stuff that they showed last year that I was like, this is a great party game, but it has to do more. And they have not, they basically said, that's what it does.
The other big announcement was, though, two of those pad remotes, and they have yet to show how that will play.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of a big deal. That last year they were saying that's not going to
that
happen.
went, maybe it'll be okay.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, how much is that second thing going to cost?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no pricing
Are you
info
going to
at
bring
all.
yours to mine? Well, no, they're not. They said they didn't. They said they weren't going to do date or price. So I think
They
they're
said
going
like the original Nintendo dual thing. And I was like, you mean like every game?
No. Not like every game system. Like the step back to the 80s when you could only have two?
Right, yeah, everyone else.
Well, we got a lot more. We got a lot more stuff coming up. Thank you, Billy, for stepping in and helping
Thank
us
you,
get a
Billy.
little insight into Nintendo.
you.
We'll see more. We're gonna head right to their booth right now and get hands-on. So
Yeah.
you'll hear more from us later. Our first full day on the conference floor come to a close. We went right from the Nintendo conference into Nintendo. Alex was, hopefully you saw him
I was
on
goofing
G4.
around with people like Snoop Dogg. Well, we go
So
way
we
back.
our paths diverged a little bit, but Dan and I got hands-on with a lot of Wii U titles.
Did hands-on change the opinion from the beginning?
Somewhat, and there were a couple of things that we saw that weren't part of the
I'm interested
presentation.
in this difference.
Yes, one of which I think was the most exciting of the Wii U. Well, maybe not the most exciting, but a really exciting Wii U title from Platinum, the guys who did Beautiful Joe, Bayonetta. They did a game that has a temp title now. I think it's called Project P100.
Yeah.
And it's very kind of almost similar to Pikmin in a lot of ways. You play a group of superheroes all at the same time. You're playing the entire group all at once, and you clump them up, and then they can attack as a group, but also they can form objects like a gun or a sword.
Like Green Lantern.
Yeah, but except their bodies form them.
Interesting.
Like Voltron almost.
Yeah, right.
Or like the Decepticons that are the Constructicons, you know?
Yeah.
And it's really cool. You physically draw the shape of that thing, like you draw an L shape for a gun, and then they become that
So
thing.
it's a little bit like Pikmin meets Scribblenauts.
Yeah, I mean.
No. It's like it's like Infinity Blade. If you're gonna do a fire spell, you do circle and
exactly. It's like an iPad kind of deal.
Yeah.
Got it.
I thought that was really cool looking. It was the thing that was so cool about it is that it's not like any other game I'd ever played.
Right.
And you're running around the city and you're destroying all kinds of stuff. Yeah. We also played Pikmin.
Yeah.
And we played it. I mean, clearly it's meant to be played with a Wiimote and nunchuck.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And we played it with the thing.
Ugh, is all I
Worse.
gotta say.
Worse.
Yeah.
Clearly you should be playing with a Wiimote and thing because we were using the gyroscope to control an on-screen cursor, which I found to be very difficult.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
I think we were doing it wrong though.
I feel like I am not a guy who's gonna like wiggle waggle. Like I'm just not that guy. So now to have something that's even less than wiggle waggle is kind of crazy.
Sort of like
Plus
the
somebody just called that
six-axis
controller
controller.
chicken, which is a way back machine.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I don't know. You didn't find anything to like with Pikmin? I thought Pikmin looked really pretty.
Yeah,
and
it looked very pretty. I'm
think
a
that's gonna be
Pikmin
fun
guy.
there.
I played a little bit of the first one.
Yeah.
So I'm not a Pikmin guy.
I mean, it really similar to the re-release of Pikmin that they did on the Wii with the Wiimote controls, but just a lot prettier.
Yeah. I thought really Super Mario Brothers was awesome.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Gorgeous. And the
Beautiful,
cool
and
thing where
plays
you get to like
great.
drop stuff with the we didn't really do much of that, but
the other guy can drop boxes.
Oh yeah,
for
we
the
didn't
other
do. We
people.
only played single player.
right.
But
it's just pretty, so pretty.
It's just great.
And they got the really cool new mechanics, you know, that you were loving the flight suit.
I love the new squirrel suit, and it just even in the demo, we only played single player, but it seems far less. We didn't play multiplayer, but it seemed less chaotic.
Yeah.
Even in multiplayer, but
Right.
from when they played the video at the
Yeah.
press conference,
Yeah.
I feel like they saw a little bit of my problem with it, where
Possible.
you know, where it was just
Interesting.
the multiplayer was almost not fun because I can't even progress because everyone's just freaking doing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then the other title, the Donkey Kong, was
Well, that
part
was part of Nintendo Land. We
Okay. Right.
got hands-on with like 3 different actual Nintendo Land. That one is cool. It's a collection of what are ostensibly
Minigames.
iOS games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the game that you would get on your phone where you have to tilt and
Yeah.
it's
And
cool,
the,
but they're all.
The Battle Zelda one I think was terrible.
Terrible?
Although bow shooting with this.
You were the only one who did that,
Yeah,
yeah.
was more fun than.
With the Wiimote.
Yeah, I mean the Wiimote was just swiping a sword.
And
but-
the one that we basically played last year, which was
Luigi's Mansion.
one person is the invisible character and the other people are trying to find him.
It was
is
the
cool.
alien. It was the alien tech that then they skinned for Luigi Mansion. Where
Yes.
you were an alien overhead and you were trying to
Exactly.
shoot the alien.
Now it's
right.
well, no, that was different. I think.
But that is-
anyway,
but that is
what
similar.
it
Oh, right,
is.
that was first person.
But that
is
on the
similar.
thing, yeah.
It felt slow. It'd be fun for like 15 minutes.
If all,
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nintendo, you call it Nintendo Land, call it Mario Party, and make it much more fast-paced and all together.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we
Interesting.
went over to and saw 2K.
I just want to say that Nintendo Land, the Donkey Kong one.
You really liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, and I think they just started us on a very difficult level. Like, it should have started a little
But
bit
if you were
easier.
playing that as a 99-cent iOS game,
Yeah.
you'd be like, "This is awesome."
Oh, yeah,
But
totally.
it's perfectly priced, and you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not to. I
But
hate
so
to
then
say
you
that
guys,
stuff.
so then
but
you
it's
guys
true.
got to see Borderlands 2, which is I'm
We
sort
played-
of jealous that I didn't get a chance to play some of that.
They've revealed the last 2 of the 4 classes.
Oh.
Yeah,
we each played one of them.
Played an assassin.
Yeah.
Which was, do they still have a sniper-y guy?
That's the
Your
assassin.
character's name is Zero, I believe,
Zero,
right?
and you were.
I was the turret dude, dropping turrets.
Oh, like an engineer
his
kind of
name
thing.
was, can't remember.
Artax or something? Something like
something like that.
Artax.
Okay.
Yeah. Super cool.
Yeah,
It's Borderlands.
fun.
It's going to be
Sames.
brilliant and
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah, no, I'm excited.
We weren't able to finish our mission in time.
We lost.
Damn it.
Yeah, but you got something.
It was awesome. And then we went to see XCOM. We didn't. I got a sense that I think it's going to be really cool. What they showed was very brief.
I have a sense that it's going to be cool. I was very disappointed in the graphics and the
Well, they
animations
changed the
and
vibe,
stuff.
right? It used to be this sort of like tongue-in-cheek
It's a
50s,
different game. That's
Is it a different game? Or is it a
Well, there's
remake?
two- there's two
I know,
different
but I don't know which
XCOMs.
one's which.
This is the strategy XCOM.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's really
I mean, it's
cool
still
to play.
it's still in the same kind of.
Yeah, you're just
Or
thinking of the
universe.
wrong game.
Yeah,
But
got it.
But I really love the idea of playing a game like this on my console.
Right.
So I've only been playing these kinds of games on my iPad.
Yeah.
Or maybe on my DS, maybe, but or my PC
Maybe
or something.
PC back in the
yeah,
day.
yeah. But I love having a more fleshed out experience of this type of game.
Yeah. And they made
But
it cinematic.
It's like,
looking.
yeah, but the problem is like there's a moment in the game where some of the aliens have psychic powers and they force you to eat your grenade. And the way it's displayed, you think now I can have a robust console experience with it and it's gonna look like some awesome animation. And I didn't know, the guy said, oh, he just made him eat a grenade and he exploded. And I saw an explosion, I didn't,
That's
it was
funny.
very muddy. I didn't really quite get what was going down.
I think I'm gonna love
without
that
those-
game. I really
but
do.
I love the concept of it, and I
found a game. I actually got to see a game that I think, and you guys may be seeing it later, but I think is going to be Dan's game of his childhood called Double Dragon Neon.
Well, that is my game of childhood.
Dude, it is literally,
Sans
first
Neon.
off, what they call bro-op mode, which is drop in, drop out, online bro-op mode for Double
What's the
Dragon.
difference between co-op and bro-op?
Your bros.
You're bros, and you're dropping
have a
in.
pipe?
So my
But
lady
drop
can't-
in, drop out, bro-up, that's awesome.
Yeah.
2, it is gorgeously rendered in side-scrolling action. It is the same looking game. It's amazing. Skill upgrades, but the way that you
cool.
get the skill upgrades and you adjust them is with mixtapes. So you find these
So
mixtapes.
it's embracing its
Yeah.
80s-ness.
Bro, the best was,
Grow up.
Or
you know
early
how
90s.
you know how it always had that finger that was like go go go. We're sitting there and I'm talking to the guy, and after I played it, and I was like, this is great, and I look at the screen, and all of a sudden, whoop, Power Glove, and I go, I'm sorry, is that a Power Glove? And he goes, well, it depends upon the platform you're playing it on. And I go, is it a non-denominational glove of awesomeness? And he goes, yes, it is. They have totally
rad.
embraced the 80s-ness,
Checking
and
my
it's
notes.
a really, really fun game.
So just a beat 'em up or
It's
a
a beat 'em
platform
up, man.
at all?
It's,
or?
no, it's beat 'em up. It's old school. It's dripping with 80s awesomeness. And I was like, Dan's got to play this.
The 80s-ness that
Yeah.
you're saying, yeah.
It sounds
Yeah,
rad.
it's fun.
We saw Capcom stuff, Resident Evil 6.
How did you
there's
play
an-
any of that?
there's a
Because I did
mind-blowing
not
part of
like
this.
any of the stuff that I saw. Of
I
Resident
didn't like
Evil
what I
6.
saw at the conference.
Yeah.
You remember Resident Evil 5 was like co-op. Co-op
Yeah,
is in
and
Resident
that was
Evil.
like the Africa you could shoot. It was crazy
Yes.
action.
Really had a blast
Now,
playing.
Yeah, I
now,
remember
not only is it co-op, but they have this thing called crossplay, where basically there's 3 different
Co-op.
co-op
Pairs.
campaigns.
Yeah.
And there's 3 different campaigns you can start at any time.
Okay.
So from the main menu, it's like, which campaign do you want to start? And all of them happen at the same time. So it's like, here's the
Like Pulp
story,
Fiction.
it's what's happening,
Yep, okay.
all at the same time. These people are all dealing with stuff. And at certain points in the story, they intersect.
Okay.
Like these 2 people got some bad stuff, they show up at the docks, and the other 2 people are there. And when you're playing through the other 2 people, you see how these people got there,
They all have
right?
different abilities, so it's all different play style,
Okay.
class
Right.
types.
But now,
Well, not really class
so
types, but-
Let's say I
I'm
get
just saying
there.
it would be the equivalent
So we
of
get
that.
there.
So-
who's there?
You and me are playing co-op.
Yeah.
We show up there, 2 people from the world that are also playing
They
somewhere.
journeyed it.
Yeah.
Kind
They
of
journeyed
journeyed
it.
it. Yeah, or also, and they said you could shut that off if you don't want that to happen. It'll just be AI.
That's great.
Or it could be randomly populated by humans who are happen to be doing
Now,
that.
and they've
voice,
been on there like,
voice command
you wouldn't
or
believe-
no connection vocally.
They didn't specify
Because
that.
that I wouldn't want to hear them. I just want to be like, bro, that.
Well, no, there
the-
is something of like, we just
Yeah.
made it through the freaking level with
Yeah.
the thing. Did you guys? Yeah, we did. Oh my God, it's here now. And then,
That's
like,
super
and then you
cool.
leave,
Really
and then
great
you leave
idea.
those people.
That is a really
Yeah.
And then
great
you leave
idea.
those
and
people.
they like keep
then you-
bumping
yeah.
into different
That's
pairings.
amazing. That
Pretty
that's
cool.
Pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Devil May Cry, you were into.
Yeah, it just looks. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun to play. I'm getting more excited about playing really precise skill-based combat games.
Yeah. Which it certainly is.
And
Like
it
the
looks
skills
fun.
are insane.
Right.
'Cause they've added even
But I mean
modifiers
even skills
now.
in terms of like you need to get better at it.
Yeah.
I've been getting bored by playing games where I know I just need to do it good enough to progress through the level, and I'm gonna get there. I only have to do the one thing. I don't have to be good at the game. I just have to play the game.
Yeah.
And this, like, you actually have to get good at it. And
That's interesting. I'm excited about that.
excites
I also
me.
got hands-on with the Microsoft Smart Glass. All the things I had thought and more. It's really crazy. I'm sure we'll talk more about it when it starts coming out. Holiday. It will be available.
awesome.
Holiday. Crazy stuff.
The app will be available.
Well, I'm sure it'll be then the upgrade to it and possibly some other stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nuts.
And then, of course, we
Nuts.
can't end this without talking about Ubisoft because we saw Watch Dogs, which I think one of the biggest surprises of the show.
Oh, definitely.
What
Gorgeous.
they're showing
One of the
behind
prettiest
closed
games of the
doors
show.
is
It's
not
one of
any
the-
different than what they showed at the press conference. But boy, I love the fact that it is a completely new play style. They're attack. It's not just shoot people all
and
the
I
time.
love that. But did they say that it actually is co-op? Like when they pulled up and saw that other guy and was like, "I got to protect him." Was that a co-op?
We didn't hear any.
Because it's
details on
hinted with
that.
it because it was like BlixX_44 and it was like that looks like a gamer tag.
They're really not. I think it's early for this game. It looks
I'm in.
really cool. I was actually kind of bummed when the shooting started because I was like, I would love to have a game where there's just no shooting.
Yeah.
Just allow me to interact with people and have danger and all that stuff without any shooting.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's
Still.
there, but it looks gorgeous.
Watch Dogs gorgeous.
Man, one of the biggest surprises, I think.
Yeah.
We'll have lots more for you tomorrow. A full day of seeing all kinds of craziness. So tune back in. Be sure to check us out. And Rev 3 Games has all kinds of
YouTube.
crazy stuff too. So
Scrapers.
do that.
All right, everybody, be sure to stick around. We're going to be answering one of your Twitter questions right after this. And you know what happens when you fall asleep? You might knock stuff over onto your computer.
Yeah.
You know what happens when that happens?
rolling with
You
this.
lose your data.
Yeah.
Except if you have carbonite.
Thanks for that
Protects your
graphic
files.
illustration.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very important.
Dan falls
Best
asleep.
performance.
When
We've
you
been
fall asleep at your
rehearsing
computer,
that for weeks.
You could, or your computer could crash, or it could catch on fire. Maybe you fall asleep and start a small bonfire next to
Yeah.
your computer without knowing it in your sleep.
The kid from
Bonfire of the Vanities.
Firestarter?
No,
Or
Moonrise
theft,
Kingdom.
or if you accidentally delete files by automatically and continually backing up your files and keeping them securely off-site. That's the power of Carbonite. You will never have to remember to back up again, whether you have one or two computers at your house, or maybe you have several computers at a small business. Carbonite is the better backup plan. Over 1 million customers trust Carbonite to protect their home and small business computer files, with plans starting at just $59 a year. That's an entire year
Cheap.
of sleeping soundly.
Like Dan.
For $59. Start your free trial, carbonite.com, with the offer code TRS, and you'll get 2 bonus months.
Two BOMOs!
2 BOMOs if you decide to buy. That's carbonite.com, offer code for 2 BOMOs, TRS. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching.
Hey, send in your backgrounds.
Send in
Fans
your
at TotallyRadShow.com. You can be right there, behind these guys.
Behind these guys.
Be sure to check us out tomorrow for more E3 coverage.
Today's Twitter question coming to us with the hashtag #TRSQ is from @PowerHue.
Power Hue.
PowerHue. Energized batteries. What's your favorite thing to cook?
You're the cook of the three of
Open
us.
bra-
I think. Aren't you?
I had some
think
fun
your favorite
things.
thing is molecular gastronomy, right?
Second only to other things.
Best.
Yes,
mind.
it was
Best
the
birthday
best
gift
birthday gift
ever.
ever. I have 2 sort of standard go-to things that I like to cook. One is chili. Love
Can't go
making
wrong
me
with
some
chili.
big slow cooker chili.
Yep.
The other thing is that I've started, and I kind of stopped because you can really get overwhelmed with. I can make amazing barbecue ribs, right?
You still haven't done
I
that
know,
for me.
I know, and the reason
And it's
why is
summertime
because
now.
if you think about it, if you
Summertime.
if you can make the thing, like I have this really great drink. I think we talked about it actually on a TRSQ thing, the Fancy Free. I learned how to make a drink very similar to it at home. Worst thing I ever did. Because now I drink the hell out of it. So it's the same thing with barbecue ribs. Once you know you can make the most amazing barbecue ribs, you have to force yourself not to buy barbecue ribs or ribs, because you will just make it and then eat barbecue ribs every night for a week. And I did that. And it was amazing. Great week.
I don't cook many things, but I think I like cooking a nice piece of salmon. Hard to mess up, easy to cook, goes fast.
Really? my wife finds it very hard to cook.
Really?
I think I've kind of figured it out.
Just throw a little olive oil into a
You never
pan,
know
it's
how.
super
No,
easy.
that is easy, but it's hard to tell when it's done. I find.
No, not me. I find it to be
What's your
easy. It's
secret?
really quick. I like it a little crispy. I like a little crispy, and so you put a little olive oil, put it in the pan. I don't bake a salmon. I don't know how to do
I've
that.
done that, yeah.
But you with aluminum foil and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Or
you
you
make
can
a
throw
little-
it on a
maybe throw it
barbecue.
in
You
the
can do
oven.
that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's easy. I like it a little crispy so that you just wait till the color changes.
A really good thing too is quesadillas. Super easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
I actually love on that. By the way, when I was young, I loved cooking in a wok. My dad was taking a wok course, and then I started adapting.
We
I'm
had
cooking.
we had a
I'm
wok
cooking.
station
Loved
in the
cooking.
food area
Yeah.
of college. And so
Oh,
you would literally
weird.
just go and there was like
Oh,
just
you like-
woks and you would just grab all this stuff, put it in the
That's
wok.
cool.
I did that a lot.
Like Yan can cook?
But I love Yan can cook. That's my favorite. But no,
I like Jeff Smith, the fruit
I
gourmet.
make very deliciously in a sandwich maker bread with some cinnamon or sugar. You've
That's
heard of
not
this.
cooking.
I'm sorry.
called
When you said
seasoning.
sandwich maker, that's not cooking.
You'll want to eat it.
Oh, I don't not
Oh
want
wait,
to eat
I
it.
know that. Well, okay.
What?
The chocolate bars and then marshmallow. And then it's better than any
then
s'more you've
cook.
ever had. No, the thing
Cook.
we tweaked your cheese pie.
Oh yeah, cheese pies.
And
are
it
good.
became
pie.
a thing that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and
cheese
it,
pie.
it was
Wait,
your
how did you
original
tweak it?
origins of the recipe are
Sausage?
you, and then what we put in was the thing that you hate.
Tomatoes?
It's like if you
Tomatoes
made my
or mushrooms?
sandwich tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's like you doing the sandwich I said and putting fucking orange in it, which is
Yeah.
disgusting.
Thank you so much at Power Hugh.